Hello viewers, this is Liv straight from Kalkine Studio. You're watching Go Green with Kalkine. Today, let's discuss how California's car industry can reduce its carbon footprint. And if you like this information, please like, share and comment on the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for notifications for our latest videos. For regular updates and information, log on to our website, kalkinemedia.com. Well, California is known for its car culture. So, California Governor Gavin Newsom's announcement last year to eliminate gasoline and diesel-powered vehicles by 2035 from the state is an important one, and in line with the federal government's pledge to reduce emissions. Transportation is known to be a major polluter in the state of California, and California is the first US state to commit to such a goal, and there are small strides already being made in this area. Last year, electric car sales in California accounted for around 2.8% of the state's total automotive sales. In fact, California has been focusing on wind, solar, geothermal and other renewable projects for some time. In 2017, the state adopted a law to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by almost 40% by 2030 and 50% by 2050. Let's take a look at the current scenario. Most car manufacturers are focusing on reducing their carbon footprint. Volvo, now owned by China's Xinjiang Geely Holding Group, is preparing to launch a green bond. This fund will sponsor its electric vehicle program, while the luxury car manufacturer BMW also aims to reduce carbon emissions by 40% per kilometre and is expected to manufacture around 7 million electric vehicles just in the next 10 years. However, to fulfil the aim of switching from gasoline-powered vehicles to EVs, the American government will need to beef up the infrastructure. To start with, charging stations will be required across the state. Perhaps gas stations in the state will need to upgrade themselves to include charging stations for electric vehicles. Even electricity providers will need to use advanced technologies to avoid blackouts and other factors that could act as deterrents. Other countries have taken similar pledges to reduce emissions through vehicles. Norway has set a goal that beginning in 2025, all vehicles will need to follow the no car emission process. France also aims to end the sale of fossil fuel-powered cars by 2040, while the UK aims to focus on reducing internal combustion engines by 2035. Meanwhile, neighbouring Canada is aiming to have only electric vehicles by 2040. China, on the other hand, began focusing on ending the sale of combustion engines in 2017, and most of their citizens shifted to plug-in vehicles in 2019. Just some ways that countries around the world are working to fight the global threat of climate change. Well, that's all for now. I'll be back soon with more shows around clean energy and climate change very soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Liv Casbin for Kalkine Media.